So we got an invite from Gweike to attend one of their demo rooms. It's for the M3 Ultra, and we are at the demo room. I'm with Mrs. Tripod. Say hi. She's taken, fellas. Sorry. So she's actually going to be my videographer for here. So what we're going to do is see what it's all about and get a nice demo out for you guys. So hopefully we answer a lot of the questions that you may have. I'm sure Mrs. Tripod has lots of questions too.
Sure.
So we'll see you inside. Hey, welcome back to Tripod's Garage. Today we're going to take a deep dive into M3 Ultra by Gweike. This is the 6-in-1. I mean, this machine is massive. And if you don't know Gweike, I suggest you start to know Gweike because they are well known for their industrial machines. We're actually in the Elk Grove Village headquarters here, warehouse. It's actually by the Chicagoland area, and myself, it was only a 17-minute drive to get here. So very convenient for me. So what we're going to do today is try some testing on the welding, cutting, basically everything. So I hope that you enjoy this video. We're going to take a really deep dive into this machine. And so let's get straight into it. First, let's get to know this laser and do a walk around. 6-in-1, what does that mean? Well, it does welding, cutting, rust removal, and cleaning, and does CNC metal cutting, CO2 cutting, and CO2 engraving. The inside of the machine, the work area is 1380 by 920 millimeters, with a max working speed of 800 millimeters per second. You'll notice that the whole motion system is protected from dust and debris, and pretty unique on the bottom there in the crumb tray, they have rocks to help absorb the laser. On the back of the machine, after you open up the cover, you'll see this massive 130 watt CO2 tube. It's just a thing of beauty. Almost looks like something from a sci-fi movie. And then in the lower left, it has the integrated cooling, and you see all the ductwork for the exhaust. In the lower right there, that bronze thing, that is your integrated air assist. And right below the tube is a pass-through for material. Your fiber laser source is actually external from the main machine. That's because it is a 6-in-1, and you can actually use it separately. This laser source is a 1064 nanometer, and it is 1200 watts. You notice this cord here, that's because the cord is actually fed into the main machine where the wand is. And it's all connected, so that way you can actually control the wand in the machine for cutting metals. Would simply open the door, feed the wand right through, and then attach it into the assembly right here. Within a matter of just minutes, you will be ready to actually cut metal. It's pretty darn easy to set up. Since this also is a CO2 unit, you want to make sure that all wires and everything is kept away from the beam path, so you don't have any accidents. Now you can run this machine off of 3 different types of gases: nitrogen, argon, and oxygen. Currently they are using nitrogen, so just be aware that there are consumables and you will need to actually pick 1 to 3. Nitrogen seems to be the best. Currently they are using a filtration system, but you can exhaust outside if you so choose. Currently Gweike is using a voltage regulator. This protects from overvoltage, undervoltage, overcurrent, phase loss, short circuit, surge, and delay. So I would suggest if you're going to get this machine, you may want to get this as well. Now enough of my blabbing, let's start testing. Most of the tests will be done in real time, just like now. If not, I will note it. Oh, I already did it? Oh, jeez. Here, hold on. As you can see, this was just over 2 millimeters thick. Now that was really quick, and you can see it is a very clean cut, and the gas is a nitrogen gas that is needed. That's going to be your consumable. Of course, you can use compressed air, but you're not going to get the same type of quality. So it's always suggested that you use a gas like that. Sorry about the camera. It's just not wanting to be very focus friendly. Hold on. There we go. Wow. That is super crisp and clean.
We are testing a wide variety of materials, and this is 2mm brass.
It is warm, but not that warm at all. Look at that. Like almost zero slag. And look how nice and crisp those edges are. Again, this is 2mm brass. Man, that is just unbelievable.
Now this is 6.5mm carbon steel. Let's see how it does with this.
Now this could be a lot hotter to the touch, so we're going to put on some gloves. And this is very hot. But wow, look at that. Very clean. No slag. I mean, it did tap it off, but you really have no post-processing on this. Absolutely beautiful cut. This is the 1200 watt. Absolutely amazing.
Now we switch over to the CO2. We're going to do some engraving and some cutting. I believe this is just 6mm basswood. So let's see how this turns out. I'd like to add that during filming, we do have the cover open, but we are following proper safety precautions with wearing PPE, eye protection, and this machine is actually exhausting very well into an air purifier. So always be sure to follow proper safety protocols when operating a machine like this.
And what is the thickness? 6mm? 8mm?
8.
As I mentioned, it has built-in air assist. Look how nice and clean that cut is. Absolutely beautiful. I should have brought my truck. Maybe I could have taken one of these home with me. No, I doubt that.
Next, we're going to cut through 9.5mm of acrylic. And this is actually one of my least favorite things to cut because to me it just smells absolutely awful. But I am standing right next to it and it is open, like I mentioned, and the exhaust is so good that I do not smell it whatsoever.
That was pretty quick. Let's see how it came out. Wow. Look how beautiful that looks. Absolutely amazing.
Next, we're going to test out the Rotary, and this is just really fun to watch. Check it out.
Oh my goodness, that is so fast and so cool. if you're looking to do any type of cylindrical objects, a rotary and metal is just seems like a wise choice. That's so much fun to watch. So as you can see, the laser did pass through a little bit. And you can see the marking on the other side. That's because of the focal length of the laser. And you could feel a little bit of it. So you may need to sand that down if this is a form-fitting type thing. But super clean.
Next, let's go ahead and test out the welding function. Now, it is my understanding that with the welding, it's pretty easy to learn because as the wire feeds, it actually pushes the wand back and you're just holding on for the ride. Now, this is a real nice bead, but I have to say this guy has had practice and I haven't. I haven't welded in over 20 years. And let me just say, I was not good at it. So let's see how I do with my first attempt with welding with a laser. Now, I wasn't aware that there was going to be hand holding involved, real hand holding, but let's see what we can do together.
Not bad for my first try. Wow, that's fun. His looks better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, okay. Done. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go around and so you can see this.
Okay.
Only my second attempt ever using the one. Of course, I wasn't centered, but you want to tack it on the corners first. But such a clean weld. Look at that.
Now, this is something I am familiar with. I have done this before, is remove rust with a laser. And to be fair, there's really not that much rust on these components here at all. It's very superficial. It's just a fine layer. So what we're going to do is now go back to the machine and take a look at the configuration panel. I want to apologize for this camera movement here, but he grabbed the gimbal here, and so we're going to go to the laser settings here and the rust clean mode, and he's going to put in his passcode. I mean, not like it matters, but, and going to the laser settings and bead settings, and that way we can now start to remove some rust. Now, this is where you really need to quickly find your focal point for your laser. And to me, I believe he is going a little bit too close because you can actually see how he's starting to damage the surface of the metal. And now he's going to ask me if I want to give it a try. Again, I am very familiar with this process. I've actually done this before. And please comment below. It's not a challenge or anything, but see who actually does the better job. Now, he is telling me to move closer after this first pass. And I'm kind of like telling him no, because I just want to remove the rust. And now he's actually taking my hand and having me move closer, and you can actually see now what's really happening now to the surface of this metal is literally just digging right into it. But I have full control over this one. You notice that I'm controlling the beam a lot faster. I found my focal height very quickly, and you'll notice that also that the metal isn't pitted nearly as much. And I think I did a pretty darn good job.
Okay, so now we're going to actually take a look at the Gweike G3. It actually has different configurations, but this one is the top of line one. It is the 60 watt MOPA along with a 40 watt dial. So let's go ahead and take a look at the capabilities of this machine.
Now this is just an aluminum business card that's coated in black, and this is just to show you the fine detail of the laser. And this only took a couple minutes to complete. And you can really see the fine detail once it's focused, of course. Yeah, if you're looking for fine detail, nothing really beats a gavel laser. Definitely came out really, really sharp when it's in focus. Come on, camera, work with me today. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Can't even see the dots. Okay, so remember that piece of brass that was cut out with the M3 Ultra? Well, we're going to use it to engrave this yes. And this, I don't know what it is that's surrounding it, some type of decorative thing. But this is sped up now about 20 times. And there's some cleanup passes in between. Now let's quickly go over some of the specs of this. This is the 60 watt MOPA fiber laser and 40 watt diode laser. It can engrave almost any materials. It has MOPA color engraving, 16 megapixel smart camera, autofocus, smart fill pattern, and 3D embossing, and optional conveyor. And it is fully Lightburn compatible. Gweike has worked really closely with Lightburn to make sure that it does work with it, unlike other manufacturers that just basically has very limited just gavel support for sending G-code. So yes, it does have full Lightburn support. And this was time lapse there, and it took about 20 minutes. And I have to say, I'm very impressed with the results. I really love fiber lasers. Came out really, really nice. And Mrs. Tripod really loves this flower. This was all done on the G3 Ultra. Really slick unit. Now this is just some of the other tests that they performed with other people that visited, and that actually concludes our visit.
So that is the M3 Ultra, and I did a little sneak peek also of the G3. So I hope that I answered some of your questions on how this machine performs and definitely the size of it. So if I did not, maybe I could explain a little bit in the comments section below. So drop a comment to what you thought about it, and if I could answer any other questions you have. So I really want to thank Gweike for having us out today, and Mrs. Tripod for helping with the videography. So I appreciate you tuning in to Tripod's Garage. Please have a wonderful day, evening, or weekend, or whenever you decide to watch this video. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you again on Tripod's Garage.